All right, it's time to get you a check of the forecast, and we start this morning on this New Year's Eve by talking about fog. This is a live look from the Sunseeker Resort, and you can see across the river, and at the moment, you can at least see the city lights there of Punta Gorda, but we are all under a dense fog advisory through 10 o'clock this morning, and the visibility has been a huge issue overnight, and this morning, every county, every community is going to be dealing with the dense fog. Let's start north, where some of the better numbers are showing up on the map. We just showed you this view across the Peace River between Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, where it goes from 4.5 to 3. Then it gets much thicker as you work your way out towards 80 and US 27. Moorhaven, LaBelle, Clewiston, you're at a half a mile, and the fog gets even thicker along 82 all the way down towards the county line, where Bonita Springs is at a quarter of a mile. Same readings there for Naples and Golden Gate, and that thick fog goes all the way along the 10,000 Island area. That fog is due to a combination of high humidity and calm winds, and our temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to around 70, with Port Charlotte at 71. That's a degree or two cooler than where we were at this point yesterday, as the dew point values are sitting there very high for the end of the year. Now, the wind is fairly light here early, but eventually today it'll start to gust 10 to 15, and it's going to come out of the west. And the fog will mix out, and by lunchtime, between 11 and noon, we'll start to see that sunshine back in the forecast, getting our temperatures in the upper 70s and a little bit warmer there inland. Matter of fact, you're looking at 78 along the coast with 81 to 82 for Glades and Hendry County. And the reason it's cooler along the coast, that westerly wind rides over the water, which acts like a little bit of a cooler. It's at 70, and that gives the air more time to heat up as you get closer towards Lake Okeechobee. Tonight, we'll be back in the low to mid 70s, and we will be dealing with fog once again tomorrow as we wait for a cold front to move through and clear us out. This morning, some rainfall there between Jacksonville and Orlando, but for us today, it's going to be dry. That fog is going to take its time. Even after 10, when the advisory is allowed to expire, that fog will still be lingering through about 11, and you can see that westerly wind giving us some sunshine. Big storm system moving across the Midwest right now. You can see the low, and that's got some heavy rain there for parts of Illinois and Indiana on the north side, little icy mix and snow. This will continue to pull off towards the east. As we look long term, the big story here for the middle parts of January, it's going to be a huge shift in our weather pattern that's going to bring some dangerously cold temperatures across the eastern half of the U.S. We'll start to get a hint of that here Wednesday through the weekend as that trough digs in and we see that cool air start to slide down. This is Friday around lunchtime. As that cold air falls into the state, we will see our coldest afternoon there on Saturday. And then looking long term, see that really frigid air off to the north. We start to see that start to dive to the south there. And right now it looks like roughly around January 10th is we're going to see some of our coldest weather here. It does not show up yet in the 7-day forecast, but we'll be able to start to dial that in here in the days ahead. Just know that cooler air is on the way. We're going to spend a couple of mornings there in the 40s.